Hey guys, welcome to Code Decode. In this video, we are going to cover a very commonly asked set of AI interview questions which are being asked nowadays. So let's get started. The very first thing that is asked nowadays is what is the difference between AI, ML, and DL, that is machine learning and deep learning. So AI is just an artificial intelligence. What does that mean? It is artificial intelligence. That means it mimics the intelligence, it mimics the human thinking. So it is a bigger umbrella term which includes everything, even the basic chess program. That if you are given this and this is the rule, this should be the output. A simple common code also becomes an artificial intelligent. You don't have to do 2 plus 3. AI or the basically the computer system will do 2 plus 3 equals to 5 for you. So that is a very bigger term. It is there in the system for a long time since when the computer was into the system. So AI is just a bigger umbrella. It just makes the computers smart. That's it. It is a very broad term. The branch of AI is ML. So instead of you writing the coding rules, you feed the data to it and it learns on its own. So it requires a lots of data. Looking to this, it starts learning on its own. For example, Netflix showing you the recommendations based on your watch history. That is the machine learning. It sees, okay, you have seen this movie series. Then you have seen this movie series. This is the data that you feed. Then it understands, okay, this is the genre that this guy understands and likes. And hence it recommends you the similar kind of genres to you. And hence it says it gets better with more data and with more time. While the deep learning, that is what powers the chat GPT, Claude AI, and everything around the world which is going on right now. That is specifically the deep learning, which is again a subset of machine learning. So this is the bigger umbrella, this is the subset. That is, ML is a subset of AI and DL is a subset of ML. So again, it is a branch of ML, but it uses a lot of human thinking artificial intelligence ka layer. That is, it uses layers of neurons, just like a human brain. So it works best with the complex tasks like images, speech, text, LLMs, and all those stuff. So DL is the one who powers chat GPT, face unlock, voice assistants, and so on stuff. So basically, if you think in a very real world scenario, AI is just an entire school. ML is just one subject which is being taught in that school, and deep learning is one specific topic of that particular subject. So it's nothing but a subset of AI, and this is nothing but a subset of ML. Now, just to see the scope, AI is the broadest scope, ML is the subset of AI, and the narrowest scope is DL, which is a subset of ML. Does it learn from the data? AI does not always needs to learn from the data. It is just the input and the rule which gives you the output. That is a basic programming that you do. That does not need much data. It just need rules onto which applies onto the input and gives you the output. But ML is not that. ML needs lots of data and it learns from those datas and gives you recommendations and outputs. And similarly, deep learning is also the one. Chat GPT and all those stuff learns a lot from the human written research papers, web searches, documentations, documentaries, and lot of things. And that's how they learn and then give you the best response. So it learns from the data, yes. And does it leads lots of data? Always. AI does not need it. ML sometimes need it, and DL always needs it. A simple example of AI is the robot that you tell him do this is the input, then it will do that. So just input rules gives you output. Simple. ML is some filters, some recommendations, spam filtering, basically the recommendations. So ML is just that if you watch this movie, the next movie will be recommended to you because you have given that input as that this is what you are interested in. While the deep learning example is ChatGPT, Claude AI, face recognitions, and all those stuff. So in one liner, all deep learning is ML, all ML is AI. Basically, it's just the subset of it. But not always AI is deep learning. AI is just a broader term. So it goes in the reverse. Deep learning is ML, ML is AI. That's how. Hey guys, so recently we have launched a very new course on Udemy, that is Spring Security 7. So now we have total of 2 courses. One on the Spring Security, second on the full stack application with all the deployment, pipelines, CI/CD, AWS Cloud, Kubernetes, everything. In Spring Security, we have covered authentication, authorization, filter chains, CRAN types, JWTs, OIDCs, SSO, CSRF, CORS, And very important, we have created here also a full stack project with a front end, back end, and security is implemented using Auth0 and Keycloak. Both of those authorization servers we have defined and created an end-to-end POC in this course. And the next course was on a full stack application where you understand microservices, Angular, JUnits, Docker, Kubernetes, AWS, EKS, RDS, Mongo Atlas, Jenkins, CI/CD, Argo CD, everything. So this makes a complete end-to-end project with front-end, back-end, and security implemented, deployed on the cloud also. Links of both of these courses will be given in the description below. Also, we will try to give some free coupons. Just let us know in the comment section for which course you would need the coupons. We will try to avail the coupons for the courses for free in the next month. Just for a small request, please leave your genuine, honest comments on these courses. That will help us create more such free courses or discounted courses for you guys. Now, a second very important question, and this is very important when it comes to nowadays using chat GPTs and Claude. What is hallucinations in LLM and how do you reduce them? I have seen a lot of times that when I ask something, these LLM says, yes, you are right. You are in the right direction. You are thinking in the right direction, but this is what hallucinates. This is when an AI or an LLM, for example, the Claude LLM or the GPT, always says something which is completely wrong or made up. And that too, they says the wrong thing confidently. That is called as hallucination. Now you would think the AI is lying. Answer is no, because AI genuinely does not know it is wrong. It is just hallucinating you. It pattern matches and predict the text. It is not actually thinking. It also invents the facts. It does the fake citations. It creates the fictional people. For example, giving a fake court case is one of the real-time example which is done by ChatGPT with a lawyer. So if you go into the court and give a fake court case citation, you are in a disastrous and troublesome situation. So this is what hallucinations is done by LLM nowadays. Now you may see sometimes LLM saying this celebrity is died when they haven't, because they have done the fake citation. They have invented the facts. They have fictional people around. So making up a book that does not even exist. So these are all hallucinations done by LLMs nowadays. Why does this hallucination happens? Because the way how LLMs are created to be. LLMs are working upon the next likely words. So LLM predicts the next most likely word. It is not the truthful word. It is most the likely word. They are trained on massive data and some of them are wrong data. Nowadays, you might have hearing a buzz around this AI in the IT that one AI is learning from the another AI's data. So if one AI hallucinates, the another AI automatically have the wrong or the noisy or hallucinated data, which is a wrong data. So if you train your models on the wrong massively another AI's data or a wrong data or a noisy data, you will end up making more hallucinations. Also, if they do not have any real-time knowledge, for example, the LLMs which are not powered or backed by the browsers or the internet, those does not have real-time knowledge. They just have the knowledge on what they are trained from. In that situation, they will hallucinate you because they know what that it was true at that point of time. But now the things have been changed in the real time. Then you will think, oh, it has lied or it has hallucinated you. Also, the very big reason why all the LLMs tries to hallucinate is because they always want to give you an answer, even when they shouldn't, even when they don't know the answer. They don't know the truth. They try to hallucinate. They just try to give an answer, like faking an answer for you, just so that you are not disappointed that they did not answer you. So that's what is happening nowadays a lot in the IT world, and I have seen multiple LLMs hallucinating. And how to prevent that is what you should learn in the real time, so that you don't end up in a situation where a lawyer ended up using the chat GPT, where the chat GPT has hallucinated with a fake court case citation. So how would you reduce hallucinations? A very first thing is you train on a specific model with the verified domains. Fine tune your models onto the real data. Do not train it with other AI's output or datas. Better training data, clear and more accurate data set with a human touch, not a AI touched one. Reinforcement learning from human feedbacks. You ask your chat GPT or LLMs to take the response back from the human, that did I answer correct? Did this answer solve your problem? So human rates answers and teach the AI to be more accurate. So human feedback is the most important reinforcement learning for your models to prevent hallucinations. And the last one, and very important, which you might not understand at this point of time because I'm going to cover the RAG, the next topic. The very next topic is RAG. So RAG also prevents the hallucination. I'll tell you how. You might not understand it now, but you will understand it very quickly. So as a user, what you can give more context in your prompt. You ask AI to cite the sources or else say, I don't know. If you know, then only give the answer, else you just directly say, I don't know. So you ask that in your prompt itself, that only answer me if you know the truth, the source of truth for this knowledge. Also ask important facts, don't blindly trust AI, and ask the follow-up questions for the pressure testing of the answers. So a key takeaway is, what is hallucination? Hallucination is when AI confidently states the false information. Why it happens? Because the data it is trained upon is likely not verified, or it is from the wrong source of truth. The biggest risk is the AI output is, when used without fact checking, you will end up with the wrong information feeded into the system. And the best fix is human verification, better prompting, and RAG based approach. So hallucination is just like a student who does not know the answer but still writes something confidently in the answer sheet anyways, to avoid leaving the answer blank. A very simple real time example. That's what hallucination is. ChatGPT is just a student that is trying to answer you just because he does not know, he does not want to leave you disappointed or blank. Now, a very important question, and 100% people is going to ask this. What is RAG? It's a retrieval augmented generation and why it is used. So let's first understand how is LLM trained. So let me just tell you with an example what is a normal LLM, and then I'm going to tell you what is RAG powered LLM. So when there is a normal LLM, it is always trained with some data, and there is no internet where it can learn from. So only with the trained data, it is not an up to date, because if you created a model today on 4th of June 2026 and you're using that model in 2027, the information it will have with the trained data is 1 year old. And then it is no up to date data, it is cut off from real world, and hence it hallucinates even more. And it does not give you the proper source of truth because that source of truth might have changed in 1 year. So that's a normal LLM training. It is trained with some sort of data. But with RAG powered LLM, you just provide the LLM an internet where it can go, search, understand, have the right source of information, and then give you the right answer. So you are powering your LLM to go outside and search the documentation, search human written scripts, find the real answer from the real world. Hence, it is much more better because it is up to date with the real world. Now, let's understand with a theory. What is RAG? RAG, or retrieval augmented generation, is a technique where AI fetches the relevant information from internet and then uses it to generate a more accurate answer, instead of just relying on what it memorized during its training period. So every model is trained onto some sort of data. Now, if you use that model after some time, that data is outdated. So you give that model the power, the internet power to go out, look up in the real world before responding, and check whether what you are responding is even true at this point of time. So how does it work? Suppose you ask a question, what is Apple's revenue? Now systems search the knowledge base, websites, database, everywhere in the internet. It finds the most relevant paragraph, combines it with the language ability, and gives you the very accurate answer using the internet. So how is your normal LLM different from RAG powered LLM? The knowledge source of truth is only training data. Here it is training plus live real time internet documents available on the real time internet. Is it up to date? No, it has a cutoff, because after that the training data has been a stale data. But RAG powered is never stale, it is always up to date with the real time. LLM hallucinates because what is hallucination? You feel that your LLM is lying to you. If your data with which you have trained your model is very old, that data and that information, when given as an output to you, might become a lie because it is now a stale information. So, yes, your LLMs might hallucinate, but RAG powered LLM is much less hallucinating because it has a way to go into internet, search the real source of truth, and give you response with. And that response will be real time response, not the old some kind of data which is trained upon. And if you ask the normal LM to cite your sources, where did you find this answer, it will not be able to because it is a old trained data. While the RAG powered one will give you the real time source, like Wikipedia dot this page, this will give you the real source of truth why I have given you this answer. Also, custom data is not allowed, but here you can give the custom data because it is learning real time. So yes, LLMs were there even before. But now what we have, the GPT models, the Claude models, are all RAG powered LLMs. What does that mean? Why were the Claude and Chat GPT and all those stuffs were RAG enabled? Because it keeps the AI up to date. So there is no outdated answer for a model, and your model never goes out to date. It works seamlessly with your private company because now you can give your own documents and it will customize itself and its answers according to your document feed. It reduces hallucination. So this is where I said when we were covering the hallucination, how it is reduced. So RAG reduces hallucinations because it reads from the real source and not the guesses or the old data, and hence does not lie much to you, and you feel that it is much more less hallucinating. It provides you the citations that where the answer come from, and it is much cheaper than retraining because retraining a model is again a very costly stuff. So you don't need to retrain the whole model. Rather, you can just train it once and give the power of internet and ask them to go out, validate your information, and come back with a proper response with proper formatting and all those stuff. So that's how RAG based LLMs are not needed to be retrained again and again. Real world example, like a hospital AI use RAG based approach to search the patient records before answering. The bank retrieves the latest policy documents. The dev tool searches your code base to answer, and so on. So simple analogies, a normal LM is just a student answering from the memory, like what we have all done in the exams, right? We learn everything beforehand in the first semester, and when the exam comes, whatever we have mugged up, whatever we have trained upon, whatever we have learned, we will just write that in the answer sheet. That is a normal LLM. But what is RAG powered LLM is an open book exam. That means the student is answering into the question paper with a book in front of them open, so they have the source of truth, and what they're writing is actually the real time truth only. So the same intelligence, but one has access to right information at the right time, and that is RAG based LLM. So now you understand the RAG based LLM very perfectly. Now let's understand the difference between fine tuning and RAG based LLM model. What is fine tuning? Fine tuning is rewiring the model's brain. What does that mean? It retrains on the new data. So you have a model created in 2026. Now in 2027, you are going to retrain with all the new data. It is a very costly stuff. It is a very time taking stuff. So all the knowledge is now weighted inside the model. So your model is also very heavyweight, very memorized, very much wired with the information. The second is a RAG based approach, which gives you a model, a reference book. Basically, you give a internet to it, just look, find documentations, then give an answer. So you don't need to retrain the data. You just fetch the relevant documents and everything at the query time. So knowledge is stored outside, it is in the database. An analogy is for the fine tuning where you retrain completely on the new data, you are sending an employee to the school again to relearn everything. So you are working as a 5 years old experience. Now a lot of syllabus has been changed. So you're asking him to go back to 9th class, 10th class, learn the school again, come back and get the job again. So that's the retuning or fine tuning. But the RAG based approach is, if something has changed as an employee, this is the internet, go to the browser and update yourself and do the pink slip kind of thing, that improve your performance with the real time data rather than going back to school and doing all the process again, which is very costly stuff. Obviously, this is much more flexible and easier. So fine tuning is you retain the model on your own data set. The model permanently learns new style, tone, and domain knowledge. It is great for teaching how to behave and not what to know. Basically, for example, you want to train your model to respond like a doctor or a lawyer in those specific terms, in a specific tone. That is where fine tuning is needed. So it is best for domain specific language, consistent output. But a RAG based is where you plug the knowledge base to the model at runtime. So model stays the same. It is not retrained. It's just the place from where it going to retrieve the more information changes, the context changes. So it is good for the private data specific scenarios where you need citations and sources, but it is very bad when you want to change the tone and the behavior of model. It will still respond the way how it is expected to, but it will not respond like a doctor to you. So if you want to change the behavior or tone of the response of your model, then go for complete fine tuning. Else, right now what is trending is RAG based LLMs, which is the complete 360 degree wheel turner, because now you don't need to do the costly stuff of retraining the data with the new data, retraining of the model with the new data. Now you just have the old data, old training model. You just appended the tool like internet search and browsing and all those stuff, and now you are reg based system. So let's quickly compare both of them. The fine tuning was expensive, RAG is much more cheaper. The speed to setup is very slow. Even for days you might have to tune and train your data or model, while RAG is very fast. The knowledge is very fresh. For fine tuning, no, it will after some time it will again become stale, but RAG is always up to date. Fine tune reduces hallucination because now it is working on the new data, but after some time it will again start hallucinating. So RAG is again performing better in this. The model change behavior is possible in fine tuning. Answer is yes. In RAG base, it is no possibility you can change the tone or behavior of the model. Does fine tuning needs lot of data? Yes, because now you are going to retrain on the new data, so you need a lot of data. But RAG does not need it. It just go into the internet and real world and search everything. Are you able to cite the sources for fine tuning? It is usually no, but RAG it is yes. Can you use both? Yes. If you want to change the tone and domain language, you can use the fine tuning, and you can still plug the RAG based power to your LLM to know the current facts, documentations, and citations. For example, a legal AI is fine tuned to talk like a lawyer, but also ragged to pull the latest case laws and statuses. So, if you want to change how model talks, fine tune. If you want to change what model knows, use RAG. But you need both, use both fine tuning and RAG. So, one liner fine tuning changes the chef, the RAG changes the ingredients. Same kitchen, different results. Now I have many more things to cover. Like somewhat we have covered prompt engineering, then we have to cover agentic AI, LLM versus AI, regular LLM versus RAG LLM versus agentic AI, all those differences because you keep on using them here and there. And I have many more questions to cover. What are transformers? I have to cover these many questions. What is context window? What is vector database? Outfitting? And many much stuff. So if you want a second video to be created on the what these questions are asked nowadays in interviews, let me know in the comment section. I'll create another video for you. Thank you.